Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meredith E. Phillips. I'm a writer, reader, and bunny mama. And today I wanted to chat a little bit about making goals as it relates to your writing. We're of course coming up on the beginning of a new year, and a lot of people tend to make goals for the new year, myself included. And so I wanted to just talk a little bit today about how to make realistic goals for yourself for the new year. You might have already started thinking about what you want to get done in 2021. And so I have just a couple tips for you to keep in mind while you are making those goals for yourself. I'm still working on my goals for 2021. I have some things in mind. I'm trying to sort of figure out exactly how I want to structure things for myself. I will be sharing my goals in January. I think it's going to be the first Tuesday video in January. Yeah, it'll be January 5th, which is a Tuesday. I'm sure you're all grabbing for pens to mark that on your calendars. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing that I think is important when it comes to goal setting is to reflect on the previous year or the previous month or the previous period of time in which you've been working on related goals. So for me, I'm going to be looking back at 2020 to see what I got done, what I didn't get done, and how I can structure goals for 2021 in order to be realistic. You may have made it a goal last year, for example, to write 2 full manuscripts, and maybe you only got 1 done. We can all think of excuses for why we didn't complete a goal, but be realistic with yourself. Are you going to be any different in 2021? Probably not. We all, of course, are working to better ourselves and be better people and that kind of thing, but at the same time, we are in a lot of ways going to be the same person. So if it was unrealistic for you to get to 2 manuscripts last year, the chances that you're going to be able to do 2 manuscripts next year is not great. Now, maybe you have better motivation. Maybe you've really solidified yourself as a writer and you are determined to do the thing. If so, I don't think it's necessarily bad to make similar or the same goals again, but just be careful that you're not setting yourself up for failure by making a goal that you are already not able to meet in the previous year. Once you have a list of the things that you'd like to accomplish, you should really start to work backwards, sort of reverse engineering of the goal. So if your goal is to have a completed manuscript and have it revised by the end of next year, you need to work backwards. Okay, well, what does that mean I have to do each quarter or each month? And then break that down further by week. What do I need to do each week in order to make that monthly goal, in order to make that quarterly goal, in order to make that yearly goal? Sometimes when you have an end goal in mind, it can seem realistic because a year is a really long time and a lot of things seem possible within that period. However, when you start breaking it down into those smaller chunks of what you're going to need to do on a weekly or even daily basis, that can sometimes get a little overwhelming to look at really what you're asking yourself to do. So if you reverse engineer your goal and you suddenly discover, oh wait, this is a lot of work every day or every week, I don't think I can do all that, then change your goal. Cut your goal in half, reevaluate how you want it to be structured, and try to make it realistic for yourself. When I was teaching, we had an idea about how to challenge children in the classroom to learn. And one of the important things was making sure that you're challenging them, but not frustrating them. So if you think about what level you're at and you want to make a challenging goal for yourself, the goal should be up at this level. That way you can jump up there pretty easily. You still have to work for it, but it is actually achievable. If you're here and you make the goal up here, it's too high. You're never going to jump up to that level. So think about that as you're structuring things. Don't make your goal so out of the water, crazy, above your current abilities or your current production level that you're never going to achieve it. There's no point in making a goal like that. Try listing out the steps necessary to achieve a goal. Sometimes, especially if maybe you're a beginning writer, you might not quite know all of the steps. So do some research first. Look into what it takes to revise a project. Look into what it takes to publish a project if you're wanting to go like a self-publishing route or even a traditional publishing route, and then break your goal down into those individual steps for yourself. That can help too in figuring out whether or not the goal is actually realistic or not. Another thing that is important to consider when you're making goals is to make sure that your goal is measurable. There needs to be a way of determining whether or not you have achieved the goal. So your goal shouldn't be to be a better writer. how do you know when you've achieved that? It's not something that you can say definitively, check it off, I've done it. So you want to make sure it's really tangible things. What are you going to do to make yourself a better writer? Those are the things you have as the goal, not this sort of ambiguous, be a better writer kind of thing. Think too about how you're going to track your goal progress. Sometimes checking things off or filling in bubbles every day if you've completed something can be really motivating to see all of that progress filled in. So think a little bit about how you might want to track your progress. Think too about how you might want to announce your goals. If you have a YouTube channel, the obvious choice is to make a video about it. I'll be doing that, like I said, in January. If you have an Instagram account, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you're on, post about your goals. Tell people what you're trying to accomplish. If you're not on any social media platforms, tell your friends, tell your family. Having that said out loud is a really powerful tool. It makes other people aware that you're trying to do something in this year. And sometimes if they're really good friends and family, or you have an audience on various social media platforms who are going to hold you accountable, it can be a great way to sort of push yourself to work on things, maybe even when you're not quite feeling like it. That accountability can be really helpful. I don't think you have to do that, but if you're the type of person that needs a little bit of sort of an external push to keep you going, then I would definitely consider telling other people about it in some manner. There's a ton of goal keeping, goal tracking, goal making books and resources out there. If you're looking for a really great one, I would highly recommend Big Dreams, Daily Joys by Elise Blaha-Kripe. I followed her for a long time. This was one of my top favorite books from the beginning of the year, if you saw that ancient video. I kind of want to link it and I kind of don't. I'll link it if you want to go watch it. This was one of my favorites. It's very easy to read. It's really designed well too, just in terms of like the layout. It's very colorful. I've got tabs all over the place. So she is super encouraging and she has a ton of great tips. Literally the entire book is about setting goals, tracking goals, how to maintain your momentum toward achieving your goals and all that kind of stuff. Highly, highly recommend picking this up. If you can, I would recommend getting the physical copy. I find it easier to make notes. I know you can do like highlights and stuff on Kindle and all that kind of thing, but for me, I like being able to actually write in it and highlight stuff, do little tabs so I can find things again easier. So I would recommend picking up the hard copy, but it is of course available also as an ebook. So that's it for today, short and sweet. If you have any tips on how to make goals or any goal sort of related information that you want to share regarding writing goals specifically, feel free to leave that in the comments below. I'll be doing a video later this month that kind of recaps my 2020 goals, how I did, spoiler alert, not well, and I'll have that video in January that lists my 2021 goals. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more content from me, click the subscribe button. I post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. This Friday is going to be a vlog, and it is going to be a writing retreat vlog, which I'm really excited about. Definitely come back for that one, and I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Or the first Friday video? No. I have my calendar literally right here. What am I doing?